heard so often from so many quarters about women throwing underwear at Dudley Nonis. Goodness.
I think I know why lah. They want to bong sway lah.
Ooh.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Chris Hansen Conversation. This is the episode that I've been waiting for some time, and is also part of the series that I call a tribute to SG musicians. As you can see, as a matter of fact, it's not rolling up there right now. Kai, you gotta put that icon up for me, man. Come on. I'm giving you a second because I want everyone to know that we're really making this official. It's one of my few series right now that we're dedicating to musicians. Here we go. There you go. Look at that, man. It's nice and spinning, and it looks like a 12-incher record, that is. Get your head out of the gutter. And it's my series that is the tribute to SG's music icons. And with me in the studio today, I've got two people. Put them together, I think we've got about 100 years worth of music.
Quite close.
I'm not that far, right?
Quite close.
I have with me two veterans in the music scene, people who are also very much contributory to how music has been established as an institution here in Singapore. And I'm very honored and very proud to have my friends here with me. Dudley Nonis on my left, and Leonard Rezel on my right. Leonard Rezel Dazzle, that's what we call him. Dudley is just Dud. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Good afternoon, Chris.
I say hello lah.
Hi. Excuse me. I'm fine, thanks.
I'm glad you are. You're looking like a pineapple today.
Thank you. Have you seen durian?
I tell you, just Eurasian fellas must come dressed like pineapple. Huh? Thanks for being on the show, guys. In case you guys don't know, Leonard and Dudley, both of them are still playing till this day. They've been in the same band together as well. How long has it been, man? Playing together, the two of you.
Okay, That's Life have been around. Dudley's been around with me for, I think, about 20 years.
Correct.
20 years, yeah.
Holy crap.
20
I
years.
didn't realize that long.
Yeah.
And the strange thing, 30 over years ago, I was in his band. It was called Mervyn, Dudley, and Leonard.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That was in 1993. No, 1991 I joined you all.
Around there lah.
1991 I joined you to 1993. I was in his band.
Oh.
And then in 2003 or 4, Dudley joined.
Yeah.
I formed That's Life, and he joined me this time.
Okay, so the band's name is That's Life. Okay, you can catch them. You can catch these guys where again? What days and where?
Okay, presently, Wednesdays, we are playing at the Singapore Recreation Club.
Right.
Thursdays at the Tanglin Club.
Okay.
And Fridays at Union Square 2, run by NTUC.
So 3 different venues in a week.
Yes.
Oh, wow, you guys are busy. Busy. So Dudley Nonis is a vocalist. He also plays a very, very mean keyboard. And Rezel Dazzle, dear Leonard, plays a mean 6-string. I tell you, do not F around with these guys, because these guys are absolutely amazing. I want to start the show this way, because you guys have been around, combined together, seriously, how many years have you guys been playing?
For me, now it's 46 years.
Okay.
For me, it's 40.
40 and 46, almost 100 years. No, 86 years.
Yes.
86 years. Okay. Wowee.
Mine was in 1983, my first band, Bandwagon. Dudley's was
1976.
What band was that?
Well, before Gingerbread, we had Cold Sweat. And then when Cold Sweat release melted, then we became Gingerbread after that.
When I had Jason and Ed
Yeah, he
on
said
the
the same.
show, they told Jason mentioned Cold Sweat, and I laughed. He was started by Gabriel, right?
The handsome guy. Yeah.
Hey Gabriel, yes, you're handsome. I know
He is
you are.
handsome.
We're not making fun of you, okay? And the last time we had the show, he actually messaged me, "I'm not ugly."
I know.
Okay. Who you know?
I called Dudley and said, Gabriel's not ugly. Gabriel is a very good looking guy.
Well, that's Jason for you.
Okay lah.
Jason went, but it's cold sweat, man. There is something I still cannot understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so your first band was Cold Sweat.
Cold Sweat, 1976.
God, I was 6 years old.
I wasn't born.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. When you started, I was 13 years old.
Correct.
So 76 you were in Cold Sweat. Then after, where did you go?
Okay, 76. I started piano playing when I was 12. So school band, drums, and move on. And while
You played drums?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So that's why I picked up percussion, and
Oh yeah. That's right. You play a mean percussion. I forgot all about that, man.
Oye Como Va.
Oh, yeah, como va? Yeah, man.
Black
Yeah.
Magic Woman.
Black Magic Woman, man.
Yeah. So from there we started playing for weddings, functions, and I was still in school. And then cut story short, by the time 1976. 1st of May 1976.
Oh, here we go. I'm hearing that again.
Same, because Jason, myself, built up the band. 76 was our first signed black and white contract with Dennis Cocktail Lounge at the Indonesian Embassy, Orchard Road, opposite Sikiteng.
That one he didn't say.
Yeah,
So the contract was signed with,
we had an agent who came up to us. His name was KV John.
right?
So he signed up the contract and said, "Okay, guys, 3 months." And I still remember we were getting about $350 each for that time. Yeah.
Well, in those days, that was big money, right?
Yeah, so our band was 6-piece. There was Jason, myself, Moses, Gabriel, and we had 2 horn players, 6 of us at the time. Yeah.
But let me just go back and rewind a little bit. I'll get back to you soon, Leonard. Let me just rewind back a little bit. When did you actually pick up any instrument?
When I was 11, I started tinkling on the drums, but actually on biscuit tins. So I built my own drums on biscuit tins.
Uh-huh.
We can still open the can and eat the biscuit and close and take the chopstick, 2 chopsticks each, left and right, and start tick, 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 and I started playing the drums.
So the more biscuits you ate, the greater the resonance coming out from those drums, right?
100%. Yeah. So advice to drummers who want to tune their snare, get a biscuit tin.
Eat more biscuits.
So
Empty the damn tin.
correct.
Okay, so you started with, no kidding, right? You started with the biscuit tins. Then
Yeah.
after that, what happened?
So I was in the school band, so that's when I learned to tune the snare drums. I learned to read drum music, playing in the school band, and also I mustn't forget with the help of Rufino Soliano. He was the
Wow.
instructor for the school band at that time.
Wow,
also.
lucky you guys. What school is this?
St. Gabriel's Secondary School.
So bloody lucky, yeah, St. Gabriel, huh?
Yeah, so that's how I started playing the drums. And by the time I was 12, my thought was to be a politician or a lawyer.
Bollocks.
So you call it a lawyer buruk lah. Lawyer buruk.
Then what happened? What happened to that?
Then I was amazed that my brother Marvin lah, Marvin was already playing, and then I said, "Wow, this guy not bad." And I want when I grow up, I want to play and be like him lah. So 12, took up piano, had piano lessons. Picked it up from there, and Marvin, I think, was a good inspiration. He took me to Barbarella. He was playing at this Barbarella, where it was Main Court Hotel.
Main Court Hotel.
Okay, Ming Court Hotel,
That was
Barbarella.
1975.
Funny, man. And Jason told me the same thing about Barbarella as well.
That was one spot where every musician would go and say, "Wow, I want to play like that." But during that time, it was difficult because if you're not careful, you go into drugs at that time, So because of that, long hair, drugs, and I think the government had to shut down all the clubs like Pink Pussycat, Barbarella.
Did the government shut these clubs down?
They did eventually in 71, 72, around there.
Fucking hell. It sounds like what's happening today in Orchard Towers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're shutting down Orchard Towers, man. I mean, the 4 floors of... Yeah.
So I normally go to the 5th floor.
It's called the rooftop. Okay, so you started playing that way. Also from starting from a school band.
Yeah.
Fortunate enough to have Rufino Soliano as your band conductor, is it?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, he was teaching us how to hold the sticks and do all the drums rolls and how to read drum music at the time. So I was fortunate. So from there I picked up more rhythm and Cold Sweat was emerging at that time. It was because Gabriel, myself, and Moses was from St. Gabriel, except Jason.
So what happened to Cold Sweat eventually? Ran out of sweat. Got hot.
I think with Cold Sweat they died.
It was like a stroke coming on.
Yeah, because we had another drummer named Reggie Campbell.
Okay,
he was from St. Gabriel School also, and when he done his secondary 4 and he and his family migrated to Australia, so we were lost without a drummer. And then somebody said, we were looking for a drummer, and then somebody said there's got one guy selling camera. You know, why are you huckering? Have you heard this before?
Right where that guy selling the camera was seated right where you were sitting now.
Yeah, correct.
Telling me about him selling cameras, and I laughed my ass off.
So somebody said they got one guy.
But the guy from Tanglin Shopping Centre selling camera, that one.
No. He was at Mohan's.
Mohan's. Yeah.
Orchard Road. Okay. So
So that's where he met.
So
yeah. He couldn't remember the place.
Mohan's. Then Gabriel went to Recce and see who this bloke is. This bloke is. So when Gabriel went to see, hey, this guy tall, long hair covered the ears, so you got to lift up the head and speak, otherwise you can't hear. Okay. And then,
Jason Shahul, that's for you.
Jason Shahul. And so Jason said he can play, but he never tried playing with the band, but he wouldn't mind giving it a try. So we got him together, and then we started to rehearse at this Kampung Java studio or something. I can't remember what it was.
Kampung Java, okay.
So, and then the 4 of us started to practice there, and that's when Gingerbread had start of the small embryo of that. And we were still Cold Sweat. Then across the glass there was this guy who runs the studio, Alfonso Susé.
Right.
So he peeped and he said, this guy's not bad lah, so he spoke to us and say, maybe get us a name for the band. What was the name of the band? I said, Cold Sweat. Ayo, So I think the next few days or the next day he called, I don't know who he was very close to, I don't know how come he was so close to Jason, so he called Jason and said, how about Gingerbread? And that's how Gingerbread was born.
Yeah, I was always wondering about how come your call is all like roti, right? With Alia.
Roti Alia.
Okay. Oh, so that's how everything started for you. And you were with Gingerbread for how long?
Good 25 years actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I've been in and out of Gingerbread for a while for certain reasons. Where was I? It was in the 80s, I think, when 78, 79, we went up to Kota Kinabalu, the six of us with 2 horn players. Right. So we were there for about a year, and then that took us 1 year. Then we came back, and then we went to Sarawak for another few months, and I had to leave the band in 81. I think I had something else to do, but before I left, we had to get a new guitar player because Gabriel wanted to go on his own. I think he wanted to do a duet with a girl or something like that, and the horn players wanted to leave, and so that left me, Jason, and Moses. And Jason was saying, why don't we get a girl singer?
Right.
And I normally don't really don't appreciate, but I like to have a girl singer, but
don't appreciate the girl, huh?
I wouldn't mind if she could play an instrument.
Okay.
So fortunately, this lovely lady, somebody mentioned, because she was doing this talent time thing and she was a winner, and said, why don't we get, and we said, not bad, because she can play keyboard, no? So 2 keyboard player, and then we had to get a guitar player, and we had Bani Farouk, the late Bani Farouk.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. So when Bani Farouk joined the band, the whole scene of the music was uplifted to a more of like jazz fusion of style, which I also learned to pick up from him. And by the time Anne got together, and she had good skills of chords playing, which I also picked up from her, So the band was really solid with, Moses. He had his own iPad in his brain. He didn't have to write any lyrics or anything like that. So the band was really, really good at that time. When we were at Cockpit Hotel, that was in 81, I think, when she joined the band.
Right. Hey, careful. Ooh, hey, there you go. You can title it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so when at that time, we were offered to go into the Malay music market and say, why don't you guys go and do this? Maybe, the market is bigger because Singapore, Malaysia, you got Indonesia and whatever.
For record sales to be a lot better. Yeah.
So with Moses looking like one of the alley cats, so and somebody come up and say, hey, we do 2 songs.
Wait, because just in case you have younger viewers out there and people from the rest of the world watching, because it's going to be online, right?
Okay.
Can you please tell everyone, what do you mean looking like one of the alley cats?
Okay, Alley Cats is a very popular Malaysian band. They got the 2 brothers who are frontline, who had the afro bigger than the mop, these guys. So Moses' hair was like touching the ceiling. So I remember when Moses had to comb his hair, he didn't use a comb, he used a fork.
Yeah.
So he used a fork. And so because Moses had that kind of look and identity, and then the producer said, why don't we do 2 originals, which was written by, I'm not sure who wrote the song, but we recorded it. I think it was Ku Cari Damai di Hati and Bukan Kerana Dendam, if I'm not mistaken. And fortunately, it was a hit. With our Moses and Anne, I think they really zoomed up the song so well. And after we recorded that, then I had to leave because, not because I did not agree. I think I didn't want to travel too much to promote the album and something.
But you know something, Dudley, I want to ask, I'm going to try and jog your memory a little bit because I've just jogged mine. A long time ago, after you left Gingerbread, I remember I was cycling down East Coast Park. That was likely in the late 80s or somewhere in the early 90s. And I saw you.
Yeah.
And a group of people, I figured they were all from the same, you guys were all from the same band, all dressed in white.
Correct.
Taking shots on the beach.
Right.
But that wasn't Gingerbread.
No.
You guys were taking a shot for your band.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was right?
Correct.
You remember that?
I do.
Okay. I was on the beach, I saw you. You remember that?
Yeah, out of 355 6 million, we made one Chris Hansen there.
And I was wondering, wow, these guys all dressed in white, man.
Did
white,
I take the picture for you?
No.
Right? It was another guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's once I took a picture of you and your
so.
new band.
Were you at the East Coast at the time?
Gerard Kisbury.
I think Leonard was the one.
Hang on a second. Yeah, Gerard Kisbury was there as well, together with you.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't Gingerbread.
No.
What's the name of the band?
It was
Dudley and Friends?
No, it was COE included.
Oh, yes.
COE included. So after Gingerbread, you ended up with that man?
No, that was much later because when I left Gingerbread, for some reason, because I didn't want to travel and forward, not because I was not in good terms or I didn't agree with it.
Right, so it was an amicable thing.
Yeah, so they agreed. So when I very fast forward, when I left, they got good Gavin Cardoza to take my place.
Yeah, Gavin. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Gavin took over you.
Yeah. So it was good. So so the band still moved on without me. So on Gingerbread's album in the Malay market, you can see either my photo there or Gavin's photo or somebody else. Right.
Right.
What I did was I joined the Experiment. When they came back from Europe, that was in 80.
You were part of the Experiments
for 5 years. So it was just the timing was good. I left, Experiments came back. Then Mervyn asked me, the 4 of us, so we have you.
Okay, so basically you went to the Experiments simply because they were not traveling.
They were traveling too much, and I didn't want to do that.
No, but Experiments.
Sorry. When Experiments came back from Europe, I think they were there about 4 years. So they wanted to come back for good. And
so it suited you.
Yeah. So we said, Marvin said, okay, can we join? But these are the conditions. We're going to make our keyboards all in white. We're going to dress up all in white. Remember? That was, I think, in 1983. And for a start, to get the band going, we played a two-month gig at the Shangri-La.
Okay.
To replace Matthew and the Mandarins.
Okay.
Okay, so after 2 months, we built up more repertoire. Then we went to CV Hotel for a good 4 years. And then we went to Peppermint Park at the Parkway Parade.
Wow. Dennis Foos.
Dennis Foo, yeah. So that was in and out. And when that whole ordeal was complete, I think.
Ordeal.
5 years, I think, with experiments. It was a good experience because I picked up a lot of singing with that band. Because I think Joe Chandran has let me do some of songs, not only him singing.
Right.
So besides Mervyn, Joe, and myself did more singing than the rest of the guys.
Okay.
When that ordeal done for 5 years, I think Gingerbread was, Jason said, hey, come back lah.
Okay.
I said, I will only come back if Experiments is going to be disbanded. And just in time, the bass player, Robert, wanted to go back to Germany. Joe Chandran wanted to do all gospel songs. And Mervyn looked at me and said, yeah, he will do solo. You go play alone. And I said, okay. Then I told Jason I will come back.
Okay.
So that's how I rejoined Gingerbread, I think in 87, 88, around there.
Okay. And then who's the COE included?
The COE included was a temporary getaway for me. Because I didn't know what to do when I can't remember where I left off, and I said, okay, I got some guys, myself, Farid, E1, and some boys, and we formed up just for a while at the Pranakan place.
Yeah, Bibis and Babas.
No, it's another name. I forgot. It was
Bibis. Percussion place should be Bibis.
So,
was the DJ at the time this fat guy named John?
I think so.
Okay, then was Bibis.
Yeah. So that was DJ. COE included. I think about a year plus, and then we all had to go our own ways. And I was back with Gingerbread. I think no. After that,
you went to Plaza Hotel.
Right. Yeah.
See, I remember.
Right.
Was it Dudley and Friends?
Dudley and Friends.
Yeah.
We went to Plaza Hotel at Beach Road, and it was called Club 5.
Club 5. And then he was playing all the cha-cha-cha songs.
Right. That's where I learned all the ballroom dance music, and the customers would tell me, if you do cha-cha, it must be 120 beat per minute, and then rumba 98, and waltz is
I don't even believe why the fuck I was there, man. What was I doing there, man?
You were around watching every move we made silently,
Yeah.
You were like Mr. Colombo.
You're very right. I mean, you caught me out there. As much as I've told Jason and Ann how much I admired Gingerbread way back when I was 14 years old, and I always wiled my way into Tavern on the Square to watch these guys play. I've watched this man perform since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay? And whenever I hear who's playing where, Dudley Nonis is there, I will go.
Yeah.
Then when you guys started playing together, right? Yeah. And I've never been at that time. I heard so much about the place called 57 Chevy, which we'll talk about later on.
Yeah.
But I went there because someone told me Dudley Nonis is playing there, and I went, no fucking way. So that's how we started. It was because I heard his name.
Wow.
Okay. So, frankly, I've been watching you, man. When you were in Club 5, I mean, come on, man. Me, fucking Club 5, watching people doing cha-chas and shit.
The strangest thing about what you say, been watching me, when you saw me taking the photograph at the East Coast Beach, suddenly you popped up from
nowhere.
Right?
Yeah.
What this guy doing here? Okay. Every time I perform, whether it's in Chevy, 57 Chevy or Club 5, I could always feel a pair of eyes looking at me.
Hey, don't make me sound like a stalker, man.
It's a real CH. Chris Henson,
No, but you have to understand, man. I mean, for me, how I work and how I used to learn stuff is I go around and I watch people. It's been my habit all my life.
Yeah.
I used to skip school before, and if I hear someone from TMF, the Music Force, is going to be hosting something like a live satellite show in Parkway Parade, and I'll end up there, and that was my lesson for the day. I'll be on the second floor looking down from the banisters and learning from whoever was behind the microphone.
Right.
And every which way I could learn, even if it's going to be on Radio 1, the old 90.5, now it's called Gold, right?
Yeah.
I would listen in the mornings, I wait in the mornings and listen to Roger Cool. And I listen to Victor Cool, and in those days you had Foster's 55 and Leslie Play came on.
Yeah.
As a corporal, right? And I would listen to these guys, and I'll mimic and I'll mimic and I'll mimic and I'll mimic until I get something. Then when it came to music, I mean, you guys, I told Anne and I told Jason this, I gave him my tribute, really, and I'm giving you guys my tribute as well, that there's always something to learn, something to pick up, right? So, and Dud, wherever you went, man, as far as I could, through the years, I go. You're not the only one. There's also Dougie.
Yes.
When he was at Culture Shock, playing in Ming Arcade, right? At Rainbow.
Right.
And then after that, when he moved over to Sparks, Fire and Sparks of Energy, right?
Yeah.
Culture Shock was the Rainbow. Then after that, I went over to Energy. Right. I went to watch. I just wanted to watch. I just wanted to soak it all in, So this is how I learned stuff. No one's going to reach out and teach you.
Yeah.
So you got to go there and watch. So I followed to learn. Right? So you're one of those guys too.
Thank you.
I just want to go and see how you guys doing it. But I want to address the elephant in the room.
You just call him elephant.
I want to ask you something, man. Hey, Kai, this is a wonderful picture of Dudley. Could you put it up, please?
Oh, Dios.
This is a wonderful picture I put in there.
This one, is it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow.
That's Dudley Nonis, ladies and gentlemen. Check this dude out, man. He was one of those gorgeous men who would appear on stage, and I swear I've heard rumors, I've not seen it personally myself through the years. Women used to throw underwear at you. Is that true?
I can't remember. But I wish they did.
They used to throw G-strings before, but now they throw the parachute.
Swine.
The parachutes.
Parachute underwear.
I know that time with Gingerbread we used to play at the university, the campus. And those girls up there used to
Throw underwear.
No. Crush the newspaper and they put a phone number and call her.
Oh, really? But no one threw underwear at you?
I think they did.
Hey, come on, speak the truth, man. Please. Once and for all. I really want to know the truth.
Who told you that anyway?
I tell you, I've been hearing it from every circle, man, through the years.
I think they're imagining it.
I tell you something. There was one particular time. You don't know this. I will share this with you guys. You don't know this either, okay? Do you remember there was a time somewhere in the early 90s, about 93, 94, around there, this man visited me in my office.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh.
And then the ladies in my office were like gawking.
No lah.
Yeah. After you left, my God, I was ambushed by all these women, which is a good thing because you were there and then at least they ambushed me. And
how old were they that time?
No, they were all about my age. And then,
how old were you then?
In my 20s, man. And then these girls were like, oh my God, who's this? Who was that guy? Who was that guy? I mean, dude, you were like, that not that you're not today, but back then you were like, whoa, dude. Talk about good looking, man. Like freaking Brad freaking Pitt, man.
Or Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. And they were gawking over you. Really. So tell me once and for all, get this off my freaking chest. This is a specter over my head. One of those many specters over my head. And that would be, did women throw underwear at Dudley Nonis on stage?
No.
Balls.
I don't know. Maybe they did. I can't remember. Maybe they threw at Jason.
Cannot be. Jason cannot be seen. He's behind the drums.
Can, with the sticks, he would have got it. I mean, maybe for your sake, I will say yes, lah. Huh?
Hey, come on. No, the truth, really.
I can't remember, lah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Anne said something like, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, you know? Yeah, even she said she wouldn't be surprised. But I've heard so often from so many quarters about women throwing underwear at Dudley Nonis. Goodness.
I think I know why, lah. They want to bong sway, lah.
Okay, I've heard all of your story. Now I'm going to pay my attention to Mr. Rezel Dazzle.
Good.
Yeah. So, Leonard.
Yep.
How did you start, man?
Playing in the band or playing music?
Well, I mean, music per se. Let's start with that.
Okay. In 1971.
Holy shit, I was a year old.
Yeah. 1971, I was in Sec 2. I passed my exam.
Holy shit, you were 14 and I was just born about a year.
And then my dad said, I'll buy you something since you passed your exams pretty well. So it was like end of the year, and my brother Edmund came to my house and he said, what are you going to ask Dad for? So I said, I want to buy a projector, you know.
Edmund's your brother, right?
Edmund Rezel, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I said I wanted those projector, battery operated projector, you know. Yeah. Then he says, no, ask Dad for a guitar. I said, guitar? Yeah. He said, yeah. So Edmund doesn't stay with my family, or he's brought up by my auntie.
Right.
So during Christmas time, he will come and stay with us.
Okay.
So he said, you know, you play guitar, a lot of girls will come for you, you know. So I followed him. I remember I followed him. We went to Bras Basah Road. We went to Catholic Center, was it?
Bras Basah Complex?
The old Bras Basah next to SGI, they had like a...
Yeah. The one along Waterloo Street.
Yes, then we went there.
Yeah.
And he brought his guitar.
It's still there, the Catholic Center, something like that. Yeah.
He brought his guitar, so I had some CHIJ girls
nearby.
You know, so he played the guitar. I still remember, I'd rather be a sparrow and...
Simon and Garfunkel.
And at the time it was popular, that song. So I sat with him, and then some of the girls came and said, oh, can you play this song? Can you play that song? He just only knew a couple of songs only, you know. So I said, wow, not bad, man. Play the guitar. And then the girls were coming. So my dad said, so what do you want? I said, I want a guitar. I said, I want a guitar. Yeah. So he followed me, and we got a cheap, forgot what brand guitar it was. It was a popular brand at that time, but very cheap.
But it wasn't an electric guitar.
It wasn't, no. It was a nylon string.
Oh, okay.
So he taught me, I'd rather be a sparrow than a snake. E minor, G, chorus, go C. I said, oh, okay. I was just learning, lah. You know, that was Christmas,
right?
1971.
Yeah.
So came Christmas 1972. My brother came to my house. You know, because every year he comes and stay during Christmas time, and he says he was still playing I'd rather be a
same song,
but I was playing reflections of my life, and we were playing.
How that happened? Let's rewind that a little bit.
Yeah.
So he started with that Simon and Garfunkel. What's the title of that song, man? I'd rather be a sparrow.
El Condo Pasa.
El Condo Pasa. That's it. And from El Condo Pasa, then you end up learning a lot more songs. How that happened?
Because when I went to Sec 3, I sat next to this guy called Colin Olivero. His father was a musician.
Right.
And he plays guitar very well. And he came from St. Pat's.
Okay.
You know, he joined SGI.
Brilliant people usually come from St. Pat's. Yeah, okay.
And St. Gabriel's.
And St. Gabriel's, yeah.
Okay, I won't take that away from you.
He sat next to me, and we became friends. And when I went to his house, and I said, wow, this guy can play Grand Funk, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and he can play all this like really far ahead of me songs, you know. So I mixed around with him, and he taught me a few things. And by the time end of 1972, I could play many more songs.
So your repertoire grew.
Yeah, my repertoire expanded. And my brother came and said, now, instead of he teaching me, I'm teaching him now, you know. Every year when he comes, I'm teaching him more new songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you end up at the Catholic Center playing again?
No, but I never went down. I'm a very shy guy. I back then, I'm very shy. Yeah.
Fella just said he's shy.
Yeah. Back then, I was very, very, very shy. Shy of girls. Really, very shy of girls.
Oh, fuck's sake. Come on.
I tell you,
He's very shy. He even said, when you come here, you talk more, I'll talk less. I say, you better shut up.
You know, when girls hold my hand all shaking, boss. Everything shakes. So I am takut of girls lah last time, yeah. And then eventually,
Now not takut lah.
yeah, now no. So,
Thank God for that. Okay.
and then 1973, 70 after Sec 4 in 1974, we form a church band.
Okay.
Gravity, yeah. And
Gravity?
the band's name is Gravity.
Heavy boy.
Yeah. And then there was
Cold sweat and gravity.
Then I went strange. Then after that, 1974, 75, I went to the army. I went to the Navy.
Right.
And BMT, who was the corporal was Mel Ferdinand's brother, Dennis Ferdinand.
Oh.
Dennis Ferdinand was my corporal.
Okay.
And he came and says, okay, how many of you can play guitar? So I put up my hand. Suddenly I became his buddy. We all became buddies lah, you know. Every night he would come over, we would bring guitar and we would play guitar.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So we picked up, as we were going out, I was picking up guitar.
Right.
And then eventually I met some guys who can play solo and they were showing me a little bit how they do solo, you know.
Right.
And then, then fast forward to 1982. That time I could play, not too bad, some country songs. And I used to watch this band, 4+1, which eventually became Bandwagon.
Okay.
And then the guitar player, Philip, I used to go there whenever I finish work. I'll rush over. They will play sometimes during happy hours, or sometimes they play from 8 o'clock to the end. They had two bands. They alternate.
Where?
At Peyton Place.
Okay.
Orchard Towers,
Peyton
Place,
Place, boy.
Yeah, that name.
No, you were on the 5th floor, but he was on the other floor.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I met this guy, Philip De Silva.
Okay.
Well-known guitar player.
Okay.
I think he played with Dudley before.
Yeah.
And he was, to me, he was, wow, this guy was, he was playing Smoke on the Water. And I said to myself, no, I still remember that night, I said, wow, even if 20 years, I can't play Smoke on the Water. You give me 20 years, there's no way I can play that.
But Leonard, that's basic to you now.
Yeah, of course lah. But
Super basic.
when I first started, when I saw these guys playing, I said, wow, there's
it's
no
a little
way.
admiration.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he saw me and he said, wow, you like, I said, I like to play guitar. Can you teach me? He said, yeah. He taught me some licks. And then eventually he came to my house. He says, okay, he said, I'll teach you guitar, but you buy me lunch, you know? I said, okay, I get my mom to cook for you lunch. You come over. So he came over for lunch and then he would teach me. And then eventually he says, I give you next week, you learn this song, whatever. I forgot, it was a country song. I think it was Working Man Blues, if I'm not wrong. Working Man Blues. There was a nice guitar solo there. And he says, next week, I will call you on stage. You have to learn this solo like that. And I'll call you on stage. So I went. I called all my friends from the Navy at the time, you know. We went down to see him. And he called me. I tell you, I still remember the day he called me up on stage. I went up and my legs were shivering and shaking, you know.
It's your first time.
I never played on stage.
Wow. Okay.
I never played on stage and played with a professional band where now the guitar player took out his guitar and says, you play this song and you're going to walk down, you know. So I stood. I sat on a stool, I remember. I sat on a stool and my legs couldn't just stop moving. It was just... And I played Working Man Blues, you know, and I was so nervous and I came down. My brother Mervin was there. He said, wow, and all my friends said, wow, not bad. Yeah, they gave me confidence and then I still followed the band. And then in 1983, that was in 1991, right? 1981, now 1983. They offered me to play in the band.
Wow.
Okay. They had a manager, CJ Fredericks. He was an American guy.
Okay.
And he says, because at that time, Matthew and the Mandarins had a steel guitar player.
Okay.
Michael Peng. And then Don Nonis and the Mavericks, who were playing at Genevieve, had a steel guitar player, Peng Kun.
Yeah.
So they said they also wanted a steel guitar player. So this guy, CJ Fredericks, said, I'll buy you a steel guitar on one condition, that you play with this band and this band only. Bandwagon. Okay. So I said, of course, yeah. That's 1983. No internet, nothing, you know. So we found out Ivor Lessler, Ivor Lessler, had a steel guitar.
Ivor Lessler calling out to you, man.
Yes, Ivor Lessler had a steel guitar. And Philip and I went over to his house. He sold it to us for $2,000. I still remember $2,000. But CJ Fredericks paid for it. God, where I had money at that time,
Yeah.
So CJ Fredericks was an American oil rigger.
Right.
And he paid the
For the steel
$2,000, and I brought the steel guitar at home, and I didn't know a damn thing about steel guitar. Let alone I'm just a guitar player. I could play chords and a little bit of solo. At that time I can play some solo lah, but not until really that good lah. So they took me in the band as a rhythm guitar player and a steel guitar player. The band told me, said, even if you can't play the steel guitar, just for show, we just want to show that we have a steel guitar lah, because Bethu and the Mandarins number one band, number one country band, had a steel guitar player, and the number two band was Don Nonis and the Mavericks, and they had a steel guitar band. And that time had a few other country like Black Gold, and there were some other country bands. Country music was quite big in the early 80s because of the oil riggers in Singapore.
Okay.
So the selling point was having a steel guitar player. More people will come because steel guitars. Wow, you're a bit atas lah from the rest of the country bands. So I had the steel guitar, and I didn't know how to play. So they gave me 6 months to learn the steel guitar before I played in the band. So I approached Michael Peng, I approached Peng Kun to teach me, but they had their own bands, had their own practices. They couldn't. But Peng Kun gave me a book. It's a
manual.
It's just a basic how to tune the steel guitar, how to play simple chords. Yeah.
Right.
And I learned by myself actually, basically from day one until I could play something. It was just trial and error. It was just trial and error. And the bandwagon would give me a song. They said, okay, just this one song. Every night, this one song, you can feature you, but the rest of the night, you just turn off your steel guitar because you can move around, but as long as got no sound, you just bede lah, Yeah, but this one song will feature you. So the chords are so and so. You go and learn. So I played all by ear. I used to rush early in the morning at 9 o'clock. I rushed to Peyton Place when they opened the door, with my headphones and everything and my Walkman, just to learn that one song. I play until afternoon, and I rush back home to bathe in the evening early. Come back just to wait for that one song. I'll play that song the action And then one night, my Matthew and the Mandarins, they heard about Bandwagon had a steel guitar player.
Yeah.
Oh, that night, Matthew and the Mandarins and all the musicians came down to see me because they said there's a new steel guitar player, a young boy. I was 26 years old then, playing the steel guitar. So they came down to check me out. I said, oh my God, I was peeing my pants, man. Just to see Matthew. Recording artists got records and whatever. I came to see me play. I panic like hell, boy. So I learned and learned. So eventually, I did this for months, and I was learning, and I learned the steel guitar just by. There's no internet, there's no YouTube, there's no nothing, there's nobody to teach you.
You learn it on
Everything
the fly.
I learned is just by
really
trial and error. Yeah.
On that note, Kai, now it's time to put up Sleepwalk. Just a little bit of it. Let's put it up. This is Leonard Rezel on a steel guitar. Oh. Guaranteed to put you to sleep too. No. In a good way. In a good way. In a good way. It's gorgeous. Listen to that. Okay, that's Leonard Rezel on the steel guitar. you so much. Wow. Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song. I love that song. As a matter of fact, I picked that one when I was looking out for music that you posted online. And I really, really love Sleepwalk. And you learned all that all by yourself.
Okay, this Sleepwalk, I
No, the steel guitar, as you mentioned.
Oh, yeah. I played it all. I learned it all by myself. Yeah.
And then you were in this bandwagon in place. Then where did you move anywhere else after that?
I was with Bandwagon from 1983 till 1986, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
In 1986, I joined. I started my own band. It's called Framework. And eventually Farida Dola joined me.
That's a nice name.
What?
Framework.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cold Sweat Love. What for? Don't know what now. Then what? Bandwagon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with Farida Dola, we played at the Ion
Oh,
Bar.
Farida Dola. Hear her name
Yeah.
again.
She was the Shaka Khan of Singapore.
Yeah.
So she joined us. Basically the band members were part of a Bandwagon and Thunderstorm, was it? Thunderstorm? Edmund Fernandez on drum. Thunderbirds? Thunderstorm.
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds. They were playing at
Thunderstorm.
York Hotel.
Your hotel.
Carriage Bar.
Carriage Bar is Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds.
You know
okay.
how I know that?
Yeah.
Because I actually sang for 3 nights in Carriage
Wow.
Bar when Thunderbirds were.
The drama
It was a happy hour set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drama is Edmund Fernandez, and that time I think that we finished the contract, so he joined us. Yeah. And we played at Ion Bar, 1986, and then we played there for about nearly a year, and then eventually I joined. After that, I joined Los Pintos in late 1986 with Stephen Gomez and Steven D'Souza. We were doing mariachi music. At the Orchard.
Well, mariachi, bro.
Mariachi. We were playing in, I forgot the name of the coffee house where we go from table to table and we just play,
Yeah.
And people throw tips into our, the F hole inside the guitar F hole. They would just throw money inside,
Yeah.
And end of the month, we would just the tabong there, take out all the money and count. And then we share 3 ways. It was Stephen Gomez, Steven D'Souza and myself.
Los Pintos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it, yeah. And then in 1989,
That's basically stroller music, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I love the strolling and all the Spanish songs that we used to do. Although I didn't understand anything Spanish, but Stephen Gomez sang most of the songs, and we did all the harmony in Spanish, and I didn't even understand it. We just parroting out whatever. Yeah, we wrote down things in phonetically,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
because. And then I still remember one day this Spanish girl, no? It was a real Spanish lady who sat there, and we were saying la cucaracha and whatever. And she clapped and she called us over to the table, and she was talking to us in Spanish.
No habla, no comprende.
Then Stephen Gomez said, we don't speak. Then she said, what you sang just now, I understood every word you said. You don't speak Spanish? We said, no, we don't speak Spanish. We just sing Spanish, but we don't speak Spanish. She couldn't.
What's the song you guys always play?
Yeah.
Wait, you don't speak Spanish and something? What was that?
He drinks tequila.
Yes.
Yeah. And then that was in end of 1989 with Los Pintos. Then Stephen Gomez, myself, Mel Ferdinand, Ivor Lessler, we formed up
Broadsword.
Oh,
Oh, you were with Broadsword.
Yeah, Broadsword. Broadsword until we played a few venues all around, even Happy Days. I remember there was a place called Happy Days at the bowling alley. You know, the bowling, Orchard Bowling?
Orchard, the old Orchard Theatre.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
We started at Club 392 first.
Yeah, Vernon Cornelius is singing there in
Yes,
Happy Days
we were side by side with Vernon Cornelius.
Ah, that means I must have seen you.
Yes.
Yeah. I must have seen you then.
We started up at Club 392 at Orchard Hotel.
Club 392 in Orchard Hotel?
No, Orchard. What's
Orchard Towers.
Orchard Towers.
Orchard Towers, okay.
And then eventually we played that Club 3, the one in the bowling alley, above the bowling alley.
Happy Days.
Happy Days. And then we went to Orchid Inn and that was, we played from 1989 to 1991. That's when I joined Dudley and Mervyn. Okay, how I met Dudley and this one we have to tell
If you see Leonard, you've seen Dudley.
Yes. Those days, a lot of people mistook Dudley for me and me for Dudley. Yeah. and I haven't met Dudley at all. I've never formally met Dudley lah. I heard of Dudley, Nonis playing with Gingerbread and things like that. So when I was playing with Los Pintos, I still remember I came out with my mariachi guitar and all that. I came out and then this lady came, husband and wife, and this lady said, "Wow, you're so talented. Just last night I saw you playing keyboards at Tavern on the Square. And now you're playing guitar with this band." I said, "The Tavern on the, I don't play at Tavern on the Square. I saw you." And then the husband also said, "Yeah, it was you. You playing at Tavern on the Square. You play keyboard." I said, "No, I play guitar." Then they said, "Oh, in that band, Tavern on, Gingerbread, that's the keyboard player, Dudley Nonis." So I said, "Oh, and Dudley, you tell them whether it happened to you." So anybody came at them.
Yeah, they boxed my face.
You Leonard Rezel, poof, kena.
He kena hantam because of me and I kena hantam because of him lah.
No lah.
Yeah,
no, seriously, did that kind of shit really happen?
No lah.
No lah, it cannot
exactly,
be. Right. Yeah.
No, then in the best part, 1991, we joined. We took a course in sound engineering. It's a diploma course in sound engineering.
And SAE.
SAE. Right. So we were the first batch, and then that's where I formally met Dudley. Hello. So you're Dudley, and he said, "So you're Leonard." He said, "Wow, a lot of people thought I was him." And I said, I get the same thing lah. I thought, they thought I was him and he was me,
Right.
Yeah. And then eventually he invited me to join his band.
Right, broadsword.
So from
No. Mervyn, Dudley, and Leonard.
From SAE, the sound engineer, we became good friends.
Yeah.
I think from there it started.
Yeah, it's just we gel. When we became friends, we just gel.
Yeah.
But how is it? I'm just curious, I mean, you guys are from that generation of musicians, of musos. Jason Shahul also went to SAE.
Yes.
Yeah, Jason.
To get his sound engineering.
Same year. Same class.
Why is it
Same
all
batch.
of you guys want to go and do this? What was the reason? He wanted to do. He eventually. I mean, what he's doing today, Gingerbread Studios, right? I mean, he's a sound engineer, but the two of you guys. I mean, why did you go?
For me, I like doing sound because in most of the bands that I am with, I'm the sound man.
You're the guy that does the EQ.
Yeah. I do the EQ for the band.
Right.
So I wanted to do more. So I took this diploma course in sound engineering. So I wanted to know the fundamentals behind sound engineering.
So it's just an added skill for you for what you do on a daily full-time basis.
Yes.
And how about you, Dad?
Well, it helped me now for SAE. I fix up the microphone stands now. Put the mic in and Leonard, which channel you want?
I didn't know you need a diploma to know how to set up a bloody mic and a mic stand.
Excuse me, you cannot put a mic anywhere. So I see that skill.
My studio I set up myself.
I will tell you this.
Damn genius, man.
Chris, in this course, at the end of the course, you have to do a mix down of the band,
right?
And then it goes into your scores for your final exam.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Dudley, myself, and my team basically, we had 98 upon 100 for recording a band. Because eventually we have to get a band to come in, and we record them, and then we do the mix down and send it up as for
the
assessment,
the complete mastered
to
demo.
see how well we can mix a band. And
right.
Eventually, Dudley played keyboard, I played guitar, I played steel guitar. I put thing like the band also that came down. We got them to come down, but I replaced the guitar player. He replaced the keyboard player, and then we added in and used their band, the girl singer to sing and the bass guitar player, and we had 98 upon 100. The guy, I still remember, he was an Amu guy. Was I think it was Australian guy, right? And he says, "Wow!" He even during the assessment, one-to-one oral thing. He said, I heard it's almost CD quality." He told me, he says, he said the mix down is very good. Yeah, he said, because I had the steel guitar, we put in the steel guitar. It was the song called Blue Bayou.
Oh yeah,
remember Blue Bayou? Yeah, we played Blue Bayou, and I played the steel guitar and I played the nylon string guitar. Right. Yeah, and I just put it in, and he says, "Wow, it sounds."
CD quality.
Yeah, he said CD quality. He says very good. He said the marks. He said, we had the highest in that school that year for a recording.
On that note,
Yeah.
now that you talk about this, that the ability to be able to mix down music, you guys have come a long way together. You've been playing for 20 years.
Together, yeah.
That's life is 20 years.
That's life has been 20 years. I'm fast forwarding a little bit because, my goodness, time flies, and I still got so many things I want to ask you. So let me just take this direction. You've been playing 20 years together. Old friends, good friends. Okay? Great musicians, full of experience, been down the block, played so many genres of music. One can, until ballroom standard, until mariachi, my goodness. So, that being said, I'm going to ask, why the fuck has That's Life not written original stuff and recorded it and distributed? Because you can write stuff. Dudley, I know for a fact Dudley writes music. I know for a fact that you guys are tight as a band, right? If you want to get session musicians in to help you out with an album or a single even, it can be done. You've done it before with Gingerbread, and I'm not going to talk so much about that anymore because we've done a lot of that. Roses is a beautiful song written by Moses Badham, right? Till this day, it's still being played more often than most other local music. I don't even hear anything from Sam Willows being played. I hear Roses.
Yes.
It's amazing, I mean, for all that hoo-ha about the younger bands that came along, right? Like Sam Willows. No disrespect to Sam Willows. They're great. But I'm saying the longevity of music, what stays, what goes on, that evergreen wonder, that value continues through decades, that is what makes a good song. Or that's what a good song really becomes, right? How is it you two guys have not got down and dirty to do something like that?
Well, that's a good question.
I know.
It's not that we don't have. We do have. But Leonard, myself, we are so actually caught up with so much of his business with 57 Chevy.
At the time.
Okay? And actually, it comes to now that we have more time with each other. And we can really sit down and, hey, what do you want to do this or you want to... Last time it's just press button auto, everything is going on. So we don't have time to say, hey, Leonard or Dudley, want to do our own song or something like that. So maybe soon, maybe tomorrow might start something and say, hey, Leonard, I got this tune, you want to do something about this?
Dudley just said tomorrow. Leonard, what are you going to say about that?
I mean, now that is so right. That now we have a little bit more time on our hands. We can maybe come up with. Recently, I just helped Dudley with a project of his where his brother wrote the songs,
right?
But he did the arrangement, he did everything, and I helped him to do the guitar and my experience with recording. I did the vocal recording for him.
He was a sound engineer.
I was a sound engineer, the guy who mixed down. I did some tracks for him on the guitar, to put in. And
so this is a new album by you, Dudley Nonis.
Okay, it's a long story. 14 songs was written by my brother Mervin.
Right.
I got to say it out now because it's the truth. It's all Mervin's composition, which he has given it to me as a gift.
Okay.
Very good.
So I said, what do you want to... Mervin said, what do you want to do with it? You go in it, and even though it hits $1 million or whatever comes out of it, it's all yours. So I said, okay, instead of lying the songs under the bed and not doing anything, I will try and do something. So I told Leonard, I'm going to do this and I'll need your help. A studio time lah.
Right.
Because there is no other better sound engineer than you.
Okay.
I program. I will bring this to your studio. He's got a studio, huh? It's called That's Live Studio. That's Live Studio. Okay. All right. So he agreed. He agreed. He never spoke about money or anything like that because Leonard and me go a long way. So okay, got all the songs done. Go to his studio, record it, and I got a friend who said, "You can do this at TuneCore or something." I said, "What's TuneCore?" So I said, you go there, then you can submit all the songs and blah blah blah. His name is Chris Hansen.
Okay.
No hardcore, no?
I wonder who that fellow is.
It's you. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm very grateful to you giving me a start to where to go, which channel. So I got the songs done. Leonard done a fabulous soundtrack and done every song. He took time and he calls me and says, is this all right? This time he sent me, does this need to be louder than that? I says, anything. I leave it into your hands. And I think you're about the best guy who can do this. And he got it done.
And what's the title of the album?
Tranquility.
Tranquility.
Yeah.
Okay. And when is this going to be released and where? TuneCore and Spotify, I think September 3rd, 2023. September 3rd, 2023, Dudley Nonis' new album will be released on these platforms, TuneCore and Spotify. And it's called Tranquility. Check it out, guys. But I'm gonna say this one time to the both of you. Dudley Nonis, Leonard Rezel, write some things, record them together, and launch. Why? Why am I asking you guys? Because it's very simple. I think there's a need for music to be really this time, once and for all, resurrected in this country. I really think so, because we haven't had anything that good for a long time. And and unfortunately, even if you're planning for retirement, I would just tell you, I don't think you should, because you need to lead, be one of those guys to lead the way.
Right.
And in my mind is what I think, 57 Chevy, man.
That's, you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean,
It's an institution.
Oh, hell yeah. It's 57 Chevy. Can you put that one up, please?
Oh, you have. Wow.
There you go. Credit to the new paper. There was this article was put up on that last fateful night.
Wow, I remember that night.
So do I. I mean, I was there too. And it became a place that we chanced upon because of the name of Dudley Nonis. We went over that one Friday night, and then we said, "Fucking hell, where have we been?" And then it became every Friday night.
Yeah.
And it became date nights. Every Friday night was date night for my wife and I. I would go at 6:30 just to get a table,
Yeah.
I have my dinner there.
Yeah.
Just to book a table, right? And then my wife will come after work with another friend, right? And they will come, Alanis, and then we would party the whole night away until you guys close. 57 Chevy was an institution simply because it was a place for people of all ages. It wasn't just for the older people.
Yes.
The younger people loved it too. It became a community. It became an East Coast and Katong community, and became a safe place for people to go and have fun, knowing they're safe. And everyone got to know each other.
Yes.
To this day, just today, I was in Tampines 1 with the family, and one of the regulars was there.
Oh.
And he bought 2 bottles of tea, and he saw me, hey, hi, and we went, hey, hi, 57 Chevy, yeah. Said, do me a favor, say, yeah, take one. I said, seriously? Yeah, take one, have a drink. It was a bottle of tea, and it was really nice. You see, it's a community of people.
Yeah.
I want to understand this, and I want this to be aired. Leonard Rezel is one of the owners of 57 Chevy, besides the band That's Life playing there.
Yes.
Can we tell everyone why the hell did it have to shut?
Okay. We closed in February 2014.
Mm-hmm.
2 years before that, actually 2 years, the government did send us a letter and said that they are going to sell off the land, and we probably will have to move out by the end of that year. And that year came, and they extended another year, So in 2013, I still remember I was out with my friends, and then I had a call from one of my partners and said that, hey, we got a letter from the government saying that we have to move out by 2014 on the 22nd of February. Yeah. So, and we had to hand over the keys by the 28th, which is my mom's birthday, 28th February. We have to return back because they sold the land to a developer who's going to build a hotel at that exact spot where we were. Which is Katong Village. Yeah.
Yeah, Katong Village, where you guys were today. I don't even care what it's called.
It's a hotel now.
Yeah, it's a hotel. Holiday Inn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a mall that's absolutely not making any business. The current bar restaurant thing on the outside also just recently shut. It's for a place outside of the hotel business, of course, right? That was really doing something for community of all races, of all ages, of all genders, and really good, clean fun. I don't think you guys had much trouble there anyway.
Yeah.
In place of this, to me, it was like the last bastion of Katong, because Katong is right now not Katong anymore. I'm saying it. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm saying it. There's got to be some kind of, in my mind, in my opinion, there's got to be some kind of, some things must be kept sacred. And now when we look at music, like nobody gives a shit about music anymore. Nobody gives a shit about people going out there having a nice night out, not just for dinner. It's sad because if you've seen, you're going to be watching the episode before you guys came today. I had Afwan from Supersonic with me last night, and in recent times he actually had a show for a community, for a sort of for a particular district. Yeah, let's put it that way. And some people complained about, why are you bringing nightclub music to our town area? And I said, honest to goodness, what's wrong with people today? What's wrong with them? These are places. You don't have to say, oh, they are drunks. They're just because people drink alcohol. Come on, stop being such prudes. The point is that music keeps people together. Music builds friendship too. Don't just look at it from the dark side of things. And when 57 Chevy shut down, do you know, honest to God, I shed a tear.
Not only you, many people.
I'm pretty sure. We right now, I ask you guys, man, take a look anywhere else in Singapore. I'm talking about 5-piece bands and above. Where are the places that in your minds and in your opinions you feel have got great music from 5-piece bands and above in Singapore today? Big sound, I'm talking about big sound.
Don't have lah.
Okay, no disrespect to Supersonic. Okay, you guys are good. Okay, you guys are good.
Sonic is really good. I went to see them. They're really good.
Supersonic's really good. Yeah. That one, kudos to Afwan and the guys from Supersonic at Timber Plus. Kudos to you guys.
I never heard of 53A, but a lot of friends said they are very, very good.
Okay. But when we look back, back in the day, I hear the stories from the time we started this episode. You guys are talking about Peyton Place, you're talking about Barbarella, which was also shut down. Yeah. Carriage Bar, Club 5. Oh gosh, okay. Tavern in the Square. Everywhere you go, Shangri-La, everywhere you go, for a fact that there's going to be something good playing there. There's going to be music, right? There's going to be something that makes you feel, something for the soul, man. Besides church, that is. Party on Saturday, go to church on Sunday. That's all fine. Right. So, and at the end of it all, we don't have that anymore, do we? The last bastion, Jive Talking, where everyday play. Well done, Rafi and the rest of the guys from Jive. Then, where else? This is what I mean. How do you think nightlife is today? What's the night scene like? Are bar owners, club owners really doing something for music in Singapore?
Things are so different now. My nightlife is my band.
Yeah, sure. Great. I'm glad, man.
Yeah.
But see where you're playing. See where you're playing. You were playing in places where there are members.
Yeah.
You're playing in places where it's not going to be easy to open the door for people to just walk in.
Right.
It is no longer open for people like me to just walk in. We can. I know that, okay? But what I'm saying here is not as if it is a public establishment. Yeah. It's there. You open the door, you walk in, and you get your seat. You don't have that, do you? You're not playing in places like that anymore. So what does it show you? It is only meant for people who can still appreciate music, and they are members of an establishment, right? Yeah. But we're talking about the general public today. It's not open to the general public. And then, and for the life of me, because Afwan said to me yesterday as well, when I asked him about the same question, and he said, which one are you referring to, Chris? Are you referring to the night music band, or are you referring to the recording band? I said, you mean there's a startling difference today? Because way back when, we have gingerbread, recording artists, and night music band. Yeah. Whatever that's called. It's sad to have differentiation and segregation and stereotyped.
Yeah.
It is sad. You mean it has to be a segregation between, say, for example, again, no disrespect to these guys, Sam Willows and you guys. Hey, they make music, you make music, and that's about the size of it. And you guys make music, you can still go to a recording studio like what you did.
Yeah.
What I'm saying here is that it seems to me, and I'm asking a lot of musicians the same question, do you think we are deteriorating where music is concerned in this country because our nightlife is just about dead?
That's a good question. I don't know much to say, but I only speak for myself here.
Please do.
Back then, I remember when we were playing in the 70s, 80s, we get, wherever we play, there are big crowds that will come and follow. We had like fans like that,
Followings,
yeah. We have followings wherever we go, followings. And club owners who would like headhunt for us,
Yeah.
Before your contract ends, they will come and ask you, when's your contract ending? Yeah. Okay, your contract ends, they pull you. Yeah. But now it's no. Now it's you we come begging to, hey, you got opening for this place, Yeah. But it seems that for us now, we became a little bit more popular with clubs. The clubs that we play, and then some other members from other clubs, when they come and listen, you must come and play at my club. We are now headhunted because this club member comes to this club and he sees us playing and he sees the crowd. Wow, you can you play at my club? So they pull us. So we now we're going from club to club to club.
Yeah.
But the small establishments are, well, sometimes I don't blame them because rent is so high and they can only afford this budget for the band. Became so small, and and it seems that everybody's pay goes up, but musicians' pay don't go up at all. 10 years ago, we were earning this much. Now, 10 years later, they still want to offer us this much. But clubs can pay. Members club, they got members.
They collect.
They can pay.
They got money. They got money to pay you guys. But you see, Leonard. But if that's the case, do you think musicians who have been entertaining Singaporeans for decades, who have brought so much life and joy to people through their music and your entertainment, do you think you have been appreciated in some form or other, or have musicians been forgotten, or musicians just considered to be a means to an end, and that is just about earning a living?
Yeah, it's just that, they are entertainers, but we got other entertainers as well, and we are not so much appreciated as we once were.
Yeah. Okay, last question because we've been talking for more than an hour, man. Yeah. It's amazing. Last two questions, okay, guys? Yeah. Dudley's been very, very quiet. I need to hear your input seriously. You both are still performing to this day. Is it because of your love for music, or are there any other reasons? do you think, because there's a context to this, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think musicians today can do this full time and live sufficiently?
Who answer me? Or
Up to you. The floor is open, man.
I wouldn't say to do this full time to earn a living for now at this stage of where we are.
Yeah.
No, I would not recommend my children to do what I do.
Same.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You do?
Okay, musicians don't have CPF.
Yeah.
We don't have anything.
Mhm.
You know, we don't have medical benefits. We have nothing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So whatever they pay us, we have to put aside for the rainy day. We have to put aside for if we are sick. It all comes out from our own pocket. It's not the management or whoever's going to pay for
But
us.
didn't you guys realize that this like say 20 years ago, not necessarily a new thing, isn't it? We're talking about CPF.
We
and
knew
all
that.
I knew that. So where I used to okay, don't mind. I just
Yeah, go ahead.
for me when I was playing at that time, I knew that because my father used to tell me, musicians are paupers, Yeah, they don't have anything. You don't have CPF, nothing. So it's always stuck in my. So I always put aside some money. I took insurance on my own. I took a few insurance. This is like my CPF, yeah. So I covered my medical, my whatever through insurance and my some policies that I took that. When I reach a certain age, I get my money back, Yeah. So it became like my CPF, yeah. So I don't drink. I used to smoke, but I don't smoke anymore. For me, I'm lucky. I say there's some musicians who spend all their money on whatever I earn. I throw.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I save. I due diligence. I on my own. I saved on my own, and eventually I had enough money to open up a pub.
Yep.
With my friends and partners. Yeah. So that was a plus move for me when I opened Chevy
Right.
in 2005.
Right.
Yeah, 57 Chevy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dudley?
What was the question?
You said you would not advise your children
yeah.
to take up music.
Because the music industry is so different now.
Yeah.
Even the new musicians don't even, I think, lift up a microphone stand to set it up or amplifier or what we have been through, So for me, it's come like a musician has no expiry date.
Okay.
Okay, we can go on as much as we can as long as we are healthy and our throat and body can move. That is a blessing.
Okay.
So Leonard, myself, and some of the musicians out there who has played the same amount of years as we have, I think they have the same feeling about being healthy and being able to do the best of the music career, this last lap of those whatever songs they do. And money is important, but I think it's the love of music that brings people together.
Yeah. Just to end, I agree with Dudley because for us, music there's no expiry date. It's not, you reach 62, time for you to retire. No. For us, until the very last day that I can't even climb up the stage, then I know that's it. But I'll still keep on playing music till then. Yeah.
I mean, guys, I really hope I can still continue to hear your music. That's one. And the other thing is that what are your plans, both of you? Continue to play or plan to retire?
I will continue to play.
Yeah. Continue to play.
Yeah. For me, it's like, although I'm doing 3 nights a week, I look forward to these 3 nights, It's not like some people who it's a chore. I got to go to work on Monday. Oh my God. You don't. For us, I look forward to the Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays that I'm playing, or maybe even some Saturdays that we do for private functions. I look forward to that. Although I know it can be tiring end of the night.
Okay.
But it's the fun in the joy in watching people enjoy and appreciate your music. That it's the reward for us when we're on stage and when I see people's faces smile and they come and say, "Wow, I haven't heard this song for years. Why it brought back a lot of memories for me." And it's a joy for us to it's a compliment.
How about you, Dudley? Do you feel the same way as Leonard?
Yeah. Why to have a band, 2-piece, 3-piece, even an orchestra, the relationship is important. If I don't have let's say, good relationship with him, or it won't be magic. You cannot produce something.
Something that people can go gaga over. If you guys are not tight as friends, the band will not be tight. The sound won't be tight.
We need each other. It's a team. It's like I need him. He needs me, and we together we can make ourselves happy.
Right.
We can make people happy.
Right.
We can make the business for the club.
Right.
That look at us. Wow, that's life. And what keeps Leonard and myself young and we have no expiry date is when we go home, we sleep in the fridge.
Dudley.
What do you call it? Cryonics?
Cryogenics, man.
Cryogenic, yeah.
Yeah, you're not a UFO buff, I tell you. Okay, everyone, you've been watching the Chris Hansen Conversation and my tribute to these guys as our icons of music in Singapore. The band That's Life, consisting of Dudley Nonis and Leonard Rezel Dazzle. And, we're going to end the show. Before we say goodbye for this episode, we have 2 videos to play for you. One that is of Mr. Dudley Nonis. I just got to do this. I got to do this. So we're going to play this little thing that he did. God knows why he did it, but he did. Dudley does the strangest things. Then after that video, you will be watching That's Life, the band that is Dudley Nonis, Leonard Razzle Dazzle, the two of them together with lead vocalist they had many years ago for one of my favorite songs called Baby Come Back. Enjoy that one. And until next time, this is Chris Hansen saying, I'll see you again, okay? Whenever you have and whenever you hear or see or watch a musician entertaining you, give him a smile and say thank you. Don't be an idiot. Bye-bye. Hey, Kala.
Oh, Dios.
We could walk out the door with
Dios.
our mats to the store, not the whole day. We could go holiday to Batam and Bali, not the whole day. Suffering, kapala pusing, kena quarantine, so boring, what to do now? Hard to say when go away, everybody pray night and day, banyak susah. We could shake our hands, give a hug to our friends, now the only. We just want life to be being free, is all we're thinking of. When you are in a crowd, don't be talking out loud, you must softly say, excuse me, can't you see, you're just close to me, one meter bullet. We could walk out the door without mask to the store, not the only. We could go holiday to Batam and Bali, not the only. Suffering, kapala pusing, kena quarantine, so boring, what to do lang? Hard to say when it go away, everybody pray, night and day, banyak susah. We just want life to be free. Is all we're thinking of. When you are in a crowd, don't be talking out loud. You must softly say, excuse me, can't you see you're just close to me? Tumita bole, last time bole, now ta bole, last time bole, now ta bole. Hoy, sa tumita.
I tell you, only Eurasian people can do that.
There was something in everything about you.